All the students are requested to take their seats as the guest will be here in a very short while. We would request all the students to give, as soon as the guest arrives, to give her a standing ovation. The guests have arrived. We request the students to kindly stand up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good morning, Madam Ira Singhal. Singhal, sir, ma'am. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Honorable Chancellor, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is indeed our pleasure and honor on behalf of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, Regional Institute of Science and Technology and ERD Foundation to welcome Ira ma'am amongst us. Madam requires no introduction as she has topped the prestigious Civil Service Examination of India in the year 2015 in the general category in spite of all the hurdles. We would now like to request our Honorable Chancellor, Shri Mahbubul Haq sir, to kindly give the welcome address. Sir.
A very good morning to everyone. Ira Singhal ji, our former Chief Secretary of Assam, Sri Horinder sir, student friends, media friends. I am not introducing Ira Singhal ji. I must say this is a live Taj Mahal in front of everyone. It's a great motivational force for everyone, inspiring force and the ideals for the generations to come. I'll be happy if all our students and our colleagues, friends, please stand up and give a very big hand for Ira Singhal ji, who arrived here, who has given a very new oxygen for this region. Thank you, Ira madam ji. We are here, everyone like me, we are very much encouraging to see you and to get a very beautiful advice from you. And we from our foundation, from our university, from last few years, under the guidance of Horinder sir, we are trying to create a conducive environment, an encouraging environment for our talents to come up and come out of the box of their complexity and to try and just see a lady that we, the people talk about the personality, that physical fitness, look and everything, which is nothing to her. And it is her courage, it is confidence and her passion that this success came to her. I welcome you to this infant institution, and I hope that in the coming days you will make a visit and you will give your blessings to this institution so that our alumni can come out successfully and they get also birth in the IAS. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We'd also take this opportunity to felicitate ma'am. I would now like to request our Honorable Chancellor and Chairman, ERD Foundation, USTM, to present ma'am with a bouquet, gamusa and a memento. We'd now like to request Shri H.N. Das sir to present ma'am with a memento. We would request Dr. S.C. Das sir to present ma'am with a USTM memento. And we have a token of appreciation which we would request our lady faculties from RIST and USTM to present it to ma'am. Now the moment we all were waiting for. We would now hand over this session to Dr. H.N. Das sir, to Sri H.N. Das sir to carry forward with the program. We request now the Ira Madam to kindly start the program for the interaction. Ma'am, with the keynote express.
Hello. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, respected guests, respected members on the stage, and my dear audience. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's my honor to be here addressing all of you. And as I was told that this is a venture to promote civil services into this campus and to encourage most of you to try and give the exam. It is a hard journey studying for this exam. It's not easy and it takes a lot of self-motivation and a lot of self-courage and confidence. But I do believe that each and every one of you present here can definitely do it. Even if you don't think you can, trust me that you can, because all it takes is you believing that you can. The minute you start thinking, I want to do this, you will. There are a lot of people from the Northeast who actually get into the services. I don't know if they actually come back here and work or they go to the other places. But I have a lot of friends from this region, from Arunachal, from Mizoram, from Meghalaya, and they're all very successful in the services and very successful officers. And I hope that most of you do attempt it in your life, because our country needs every region to wake up and be a part of the system and be a part of the growth story. And no region can be left behind if its own people decide that they want to do this. So I would really request all of you to try and attempt things. Believe in yourself, think that you can do this, and you will. Thank you.
We would now like to request the students, if they have any questions for Ira ma'am, to kindly come forward with the questions.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay, my question is, how much preparation is required to prepare for IAS exam?
Okay, so the thing is, it's a, most of us think that the syllabus is not defined and it's a very vast syllabus. It's a vast syllabus, yes, but it is very defined. Okay, and you will meet a lot of people who tell you read that book and read that book. And people tell you 5,000 books to read and so many material to refer to, and apparently there are like 50 coachings which will give you 50 types of things to read. It's not all of that. It's very defined. It's a lot of it, but it's basically your understanding of the world around you. Okay, so you have your history, you have your geography, you have your economics, you have your polity, and it is all a very structured syllabus. It's not everything under the sun, like they say, and there is no mugging up. The biggest problem that even I thought was that there's a lot of mugging up to do. You have to remember so many facts. You don't have to remember anything. I don't remember a single fact. The only thing you need to know is you have to understand. You have to understand the scenario. So, you need to understand the history of India. You don't need to mug up the history. So, for example, Battle of 1857. Why did it happen? What were the consequences? And, what impact it left? How did it change the rest of Indian history? So, you need to know those kind of things. You don't need to know who were the people who fought. Okay, so it's not mugging up. And it's a very defined syllabus. I can't really quantify how much time it will take, but it's not as big as you think it is. Trust me, it's not that big. Most people, a lot of the people actually clear in their first attempt. So if you clear in your first attempt, then it can't be that big, right?
Thank
So
you,
it's
ma'am.
not that big. Best of luck.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ma'am, as you said, it's not very means you don't need to mug up.
Yeah.
So it is with me also. I can't mug up.
Right.
It's very difficult for me
Yeah,
to
yeah,
mug
me
up.
neither.
So the thing is, how much is it important to go for means coaching? Is it important to do coaching to crack UPSC exams?
I don't think so.
It's not important.
It's not. See, the thing is, when I gave the exam, that time there was no online material available. Absolutely nothing. Like, you could get current affairs, but you didn't get anything else. Today you get everything online. Plus, if you understand the syllabus well, it's all there in the books. You don't really need to go anywhere. The problem, what has become is that all of us assume that since everybody else is doing the coaching, so should I. But tell me this, does everybody who do the coaching, does the coaching pass? No, right? It's just exactly the same percentage of people. So it can't possibly be that coaching passes you. If coaching was passing you, everybody would have passed. So no, it's not compulsory. You can take the coaching, of course, but only if you really can't manage it yourself. For example, if you're the kind of person who needs someone to tell you that do this today, then okay, go ahead, take the coaching. It'll tell you what to do. But if you have that basic understanding yourself, if you can manage things yourself, and if you can motivate yourself every day, then you don't need it. There is enough material available online. In fact, a lot of people are even giving online classes for all the material. So don't worry about it. You don't need the coaching. Start on your own. Start your preparation from the basic books. If at some point you feel lost and you can't go ahead, then take the coaching. I'm not saying don't take it at all. I'm saying take it sensibly. Don't take it because everybody else is doing it. I prepared, after the syllabus changed, I prepared on my own at my house. I did not even go to those hubs for preparation. So I don't think I did too bad, right?
And thank you. And one more
You're
question
welcome.
I have. I am doing English major, English honors. I am in my
Okay.
third semester.
Okay.
Which subject concern?
Why not English literature? You don't want to take English literature?
Hello.
Yeah, it's on.
Ma'am, actually, I do want to take English literature because it's a very close subject to me, and I want to take English literature. But which subject concern which means I can go through for UPSC?
You can't go through English literature? Have you seen the course?
I'll be able to.
Then why not? I mean, I don't understand what is the problem with literature. Be honest. Tell me what do you think is the problem. You think people don't pass with English literature?
No, ma'am, obviously not.
Then?
With English literature also people are passing.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is whenever you say anyone that I am trying to do UPSC or I want to crack UPSC, the first thing they say, UPSC. It's very tough. So the thing is, what I think, nothing is easy in life. No
Yeah.
exam is easy. So
Yeah.
I always say UPSC is difficult.
Everything is difficult,
Everything is difficult.
I'm sure breathing is also difficult.
Yeah, sure.
So, everything is difficult, nothing is easy. And don't take their perspective, it was difficult for them. It doesn't have to be for you. Don't let the world tell you what is tough and easy. I mean, I know that's the biggest problem with UPSC, right? Everybody around you keeps saying, oh my god, it's so tough, oh my god, oh my god. And they tell you have to study 20 hours
Yes, ma'am.
every day, right, for 4-5 years. And I actually get mails from students who are in class 8th and 9th and they're saying, ma'am, please tell us how to prepare. And I'm stunned. It's 10 years for them still. How can they want to prepare now? No, don't do that to yourself. Please do not do that to yourself. It is just an exam just like any other. There is a defined course that you need to study, and you need to study a defined course for all your exams. So just be clear about that, and it's just an exam. It is not the end of your life. It is not something that makes you some superhuman. You know, end of the day, you still eat the same food. You will still have the same desires and the same needs, and you still need to go through the same processes. You suddenly don't become someone who doesn't need to bathe every day. You're still the same person. So even if you crack it or don't crack it, you'll be the same person. You know, so it's just an exam. University exams are the same thing. Please do not make it something special.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
It
welcome.
was a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you,
Thank
and
you.
best of luck.
Thank you,
On
ma'am.
behalf of students, I have one question. In 2010, we have invited Dr. Shah Faisal, who was the gold medalist in
Yeah.
medical science.
Right.
But he has chosen social sciences subject.
Yeah.
We have large number of students from science background, and even IITian, they prefer social science. What's the reason behind?
So I think most people are more comfortable understanding social sciences than the pure sciences. Honestly, I'm an engineer. I never thought of taking any of the sciences because I was pretty sure I would never pass. I'm not that comfortable, you know, taking sciences to that level. So all of us expect that someone with sciences would know more than us. So it's the personal confidence thing. It's not a trend thing. It's just personal confidence. People clear with every subject. If you see the list, there are people from every single subject. So there is no logic that this subject passes or that one passes. People clear with everything. And right now it's more about your GS than anything else. So please don't confuse yourself regarding that. Do the subject that you feel easy with.
Yeah, if you give the list of the social science subjects, can you give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects for these students?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, there should never be a list like that. It's a very personal choice. Please take a subject that you can keep studying again and again. It is only that. Your optional has to be a subject that you need to know in depth. So imagine that you're doing a PhD. So take a subject that you can do that PhD in. I took geography because I love traveling. You know, like I love traveling. I can live out of a suitcase for the rest of my life. I actually took AGMUT cadre mainly because that's the cadre that makes you travel the most. So every 3 years you live in a separate part of the country. So I took that because I love traveling. So I get knowledge about all of that from that. Okay, that was the only reason I took geography. But please take a subject that you can fall in love with, whatever it is. I would have actually wanted to take English literature as well, but I had no background for writing answers in literature. I didn't understand the poets, so I didn't take that. Again, but honestly, take something that you can fall in love with, because that's the thing you need to study again and again and again. Okay. I mean, let's assume that you don't pass in the first attempt. I'm sure you will, but let's assume that you don't. You need to do it again. Okay, so it shouldn't be a subject that bores you. You shouldn't want to sleep during that subject. There will be parts of a subject that will bore you, obviously, but largely take something that you can really love. If you see, most of the people who clear will love the subject that they have chosen. So that was one of my problems. I took geography and public administration, and I completely hated public administration at that point. I just could not like it. I mean, leave aside love it, I could not even like the subject. And I did not do well with that. I got into the list because I was good with the whole system, but I did not do well in the subject. So when it became one subject, I could do much better. Okay. So I'm telling you honestly, please choose a subject that you can fall in love with. Don't take something that you think will help you clear. That element comes in, yes. There is less competition in certain subjects, but if you can be that good in a subject, you will clear with it. See, my optional is the most widely taken, right? Geography has the maximum number of students pretty much every year. It's largely that. So that doesn't mean that I will not clear with it just because there's so many people taking it, or that all the people who have taken it have cleared. No, It's because I really loved the subject, so I could go in depth, and it made it easy to for me to study and understand every aspect of that. Okay, so take something that you can feel easy with. That's the only thing.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
This is Sheikh Abdullah.
Hi, Sheikh. Yeah,
Only
tell me.
passing the course of BCom. Ipsen. USTM. Ma'am, my question to you.
Yeah, tell me.
Good morning, ma'am. Anybody have facing a language problem, then like English or Hindi, then he will possible for IAS.
What other languages do you know? In English, Hindi. Besides that, do you know any other language?
Yeah.
Which one?